With several tourism investments along the Coral Coast, one of the oldest resorts located along the touristy spot is now on the hunt for potential destinations locally. The Warwick International chain of hotels, which boasts 5-star living, is also undergoing a major facelift with plans to venture further out from the coast. Talk Business caught up with the management team to find out where they were headed next.
The Warwick International Hotels boasts a fair share of the tourism market in Fiji, with a string of 3 hotels along the Coral Coast. Even though it is by far smaller in size compared to exclusive hotel chains like the Marriott or the Hilton, the secret behind the success at the Warwick is in no way inferior to others.
The secret of the success of the Warwick, worldwide I should say, first of all, before I say it's in Fiji or in the South Pacific, it has been the dedication and the commitment of our leader or the president of the Warwick International. Mr. Richard Chu is a man who does believe in his product, his quality, his consistency. He does give it 100% himself, and he does expect that from all his executive and all his management. And all, as you can see, that does filter from the president to the top management to the middle management and to the staff.
Sahan says people who believe in their product and what they have to sell will only encounter success. The resort chain is currently undergoing major refurbishment works at its hotels.
We work on a concept for the Naviti Resort, which will be adding 75 rooms, and which will be based on the concept of the Eco Lodge. And probably some people wonder what do they mean by the Eco Lodge. You know, our Eco Lodge to us, it's going to be like an environment friendly one. The second thing, we will provide so many farming in between to produce a lot of our produce and our vegetables, etc. Well, the customers can be staying in those villas or the bungalows, but then they can pick even their own vegetable and all that, and just go to the kitchen and we'll have an exhibition, open kitchen. The chef is standing there waiting for consumers to come in, with their vegetable from the farm in front of the room to provide to them, so they can make whatever they like with that. So that's one of the projects we are in a process.
The project should get off the ground in July with renovations at the Tambua Sands Hotel.
Because those rooms in Tambua Sands, the 26 villa that we have existing right now, and the lobby itself, that will be completely refurbished and extended. We're going to extend those rooms to much larger than what they are. All of them, they will have an individual different pool. They will have a beautiful deck in the inside facing the seas with each individual gazebos and all that. Then we do have the master plan for future references, which we should be looking at into that probably the following year or so.
Talk Business asked Sahan what sets the Warwick apart from the rest.
When people see a president with that much commitment toward his staff, I think the whole thing reflects right back. Staff become committed back to their president and to the company in general, And I think this is one of the things that makes us very, very different than others. We work for the company. We do believe in the company.
With our tourism industry gaining momentum, those in the business say there are ways in which Fiji can continue to compete with other destinations around the world.
I'm from the Middle East originally, and I've been around the world, from the Western world to Europe world, the Asian world. I have visited many places. All those countries, as a foreigner, I should consider myself. I have visited and I have lived in a lot of different places, even in the Caribbean and all that. I do miss them sometimes, granted. But every time I step out of Fiji, I find myself, by the time I left Fiji, almost I'm on the plane, I already have missed it before I leave it. And to be honest with you, it's not just the nature of Fiji now. I think the people that they make Fiji, the great spirit, the genuinity of the people, the comfort and the safety that you feel in this country, which it is more than any place on earth, I can say to you. South Pacific, for us or for the Warwick, we look at it as like the undiscovered world. It's a world people have not discovered from the other worlds, from the European continent, the North American continent, from the world, all over the world, because it's just something new. And the harmony, the beauty of the nature in here, for the people to escape from all the busy time that they live in, Fiji, it makes a lot of sense for the future, for anyone.
Sherry and Wilson for Talk Business.
And to capitalize on the synergy and marketing strategy, the Warwick International Hotel also took time to host corporate clients, government representatives and the media to a great 3-day feast to usher in the Chinese New Year. This was all part of bigger plans to foster economic growth through trade with China. Our journalist Sherry Ann Wilson joined in the celebrations.
Owned by renowned Chinese hotelier Richard Chu, the Warwick International Hotel spans an odd 42 hotel chains across the world, with our very own nestled in the heart of the Coral Coast. A major resort development in our adventure capital, the Warwick Resort, along with its sister hotel, the Naviti Resort, has survived for over 30 years in our already stiff tourism market. But as those in the hotel business already know, there can never be too much of marketing. So to usher in the Chinese New Year as well as promote the resort development, the hotel chain went all out last week to celebrate the Year of the Rabbit.
Chinese New Year is a very special event for the Chinese, and it celebrates life, it celebrates a lot of good luck, good fortune, and since we are in the tourism business, we need to develop the happiness of tourists coming to Fiji, and we like to take this event to promote that we are ready for the Chinese tourists when they choose to come to Fiji for celebration.
Also in attendance was the Prime Minister, Commodore Warenge Bainimarama, an indication of government's commitment to Chinese investment in the country.
Whereas Fiji is a developing country and is now developing the relationship with China, I think it's a very, very positive move, because China is one of the fastest growing country in the world. I think that this relationship needs to be strengthened, and for the Prime Minister to put a lot of emphasis in the trading relationship with China, he spent a lot of time going to look at how the Chinese do the business and bringing in Chinese investors. I think this is a positive move that we should work together with the government to enhance this relationship.
In a show of solidarity, the hotel has even gone to great lengths to employ 2 senior managers who can speak Cantonese and Mandarin, all in an effort to help communicate better with Chinese visitors.
We have engaged 2 management actually. They are Chinese Malaysian really, but they both have the capability of speaking now actually Mandarin and Cantonese, which I think that maybe make our life a little bit easier. We are planning for the future actually to do some road shows, to start to be very active in that market through those individuals, to go and to do the sales and sales and marketing to the wholesalers, to the travel agents in China. And we hope for the best, and we'll continue to support the Fiji Visitor Bureau and the government in that area, so we can have a successful market, a successful new market, I should say.
Tahan says any man with a business sense will understand why Chu had decided to invest here.
Mr. Richard Chu, he came to Fiji about 1979. He fell in love with this place. He read a book about the tale of the South Pacific, and he thinks that South Pacific is the best place to be. So when he came here and he see into his own eyes how beautiful Fiji Islands are, so he had determined to develop the South Pacific. So that's why our first hotels is in Fiji. Of course, we continue to grow in this region by expanding into the other areas, for example in Vanuatu, in Tonga, in Samoa, and we are looking at other opportunities in other Pacific islands.
I believe Fiji, it's right now, when you look about what's going on in the chaos in the whole world, it's one of the safest places probably to invest your money in. When you see what's going on in the Middle East, when you see what's going on in Europe, what's going on in the state with the economic crisis, with the financial institute collapsing and all of that, I believe Fiji becomes a very on top of the country for investment. Our president does realize and see that. He's a man with vision, and he can see, and he seems pretty good on predicting the future, where we're going to be and all that stuff. And that's one of the main reason too. He has chosen Fiji, and he really believes in Fiji and the South Pacific as a whole.
Chu believes the South Pacific is the last frontier. Sherry Ann Wilson for Talk Business.
In our final segment, the region's largest bank to increase investments in Fiji.